Good afternoon. My name is Dennis Considine, and I'm running for my second term as Commissioner of the City of Dixon. And I'm a lifelong resident, and I feel I've done a respectable job working on this council, and I'm anxious to go forward with the new form of government with our current employees and staff.
In your opinion, what's the role of city government?
Well, I think, Matt, the role of city government is to guide the citizens' needs and wants and to provide services for all the citizens in the community.
To date, the city has about $5 million unallocated and $8 million in reserves from the $39 million in recovery funds. How do you think going forward the city should use the remaining money and any additional money that may come in?
Well, I think we should be fiscally responsible and conservative. I know that I'm a little bit out of the box in some people's minds, but financially I'm a very conservative person, and I would like us not to just spend the money frivolously, and we've managed all those years without it, and we should have some reserve considering what the state of Illinois is looking at and going forward, because we can always spend the money, but we're not necessarily going to get any more back.
What's your opinion on changing city council representation to be split up by wards and kind of explain?
Well, I'm not for that, and I know that that's maybe a not as popular answer as what most people would give, but the city of Dixon is within 5 minutes of anywhere at the city hall, and there are, when I have, has been a commissioner, I represent the north, south, east, and west, and I believe that the citizens are fairly served greatly, and I just think that that's another cumbersome operation within government, because we'll use our neighboring city, they have wards and they can't seem to progress forward, and we're a very progressive city, like more boutique operations, so we're close enough to the ground, and we can listen and hear to whatever the citizens want. So I really don't see it as a necessary evil, and it doesn't really matter to me where a city official lives, on the east side of Galena or the north side of the river, or vice versa. So I believe firmly that I'm a commissioner of all the people and for the people.
How would you evaluate or grade the city's economic development efforts over the past 4 years, and do you think there might be room for improvement?
Well, I consider all the obstacles that we've overcome from the tragedy that we felt, that I don't believe that we focused as diligently as we should and work together with the LCIDA, and I believe that we should have some incorporation to the Ogle County, Lee County, and the northern sector of Illinois to make it more impactful, because when we bring business to Rock Falls, Sterling, or Rochelle, or Dixon, it impacts all of us. So I think we need to be a little more aggressive in our position on attracting new industry. We certainly need it for our growth.
Do you think the city should continue to fund groups like Dixon Main Street, Dixon Tourism, Next Picture Show, Municipal Band, and if so, at what level?
Well, I don't really know what level it should be as far as dollar amounts and percentages, but I think that it's very important that we still continue to contribute to those organizations. I really would like the city to form a division of the city so that we have a little more, the government has a little more input onto what's happening with the money, and it's more transparent to the citizens to do that. But they certainly have been an added advantage for our community moving forward, and in the past as well.
It's fair to say that not all taxpayers or residents in Dixon receive raises every year, yet city employees, union and non-union, often receive a 3.5% raise. Do you think that's fair to the taxpayers?
Well, that's a pretty loaded question, so I'm going to ponder on it a moment while I'm speaking with you. I think that everyone deserves reward for their work, and I don't know as that government should be any different than it isn't. I think this last time that they received raises to that quantity is because they hadn't had a raise in all those years. So I think as we're going forward in our negotiations, we'll have to take all that into consideration. And as we're speaking, there's a study being held between our neighboring sister Sterling and Dixon. I use that word comfortably for a change. Sister city. Whoa. Anyway, that was Sterling in comparison to what everyone's salary base is, so we know if we're being just and fair to all our city employees. But most city employees are very well compensated for their work, and rightfully so.